What is going on, everyone? I've had a few people comment and ask me how the Pixel 3a is holding up over time. Am I experiencing any lagging, any issues with the Dragon Trail glass in the front because it's not Gorilla Glass anymore? They wanted to make it a little cheaper. They put in Dragon Trail. How's that holding up? How's the plastic holding up? So on and so forth. But before we continue, I just want to say I am extremely surprised and extremely happy from the huge amount of people that actually bought the Pixel 3a simply because they seen my review and they decided that that was for them. And they actually messaged me saying like, hey, thanks for the recommendation. This phone is amazing. And that's awesome. That's literally what I want from this channel, is for people to come here to this channel, look at a review from the phone that they might get in the future and actually make up their mind. That's awesome. So let's get this review started by talking about the processor, which everyone should know by now is the Snapdragon 670, or in other words, it is the Snapdragon 600 series processor. Still same 4 gigs of RAM as last year's big brother Pixel, the 3 and 3 XL. So I'll be quite honest with you guys. I was a little skeptical at first of how this will perform in the long run. It's only been 2 months, not that big of a long run, but still, after daily usage of this phone, either using it as my main device or using it as my second device pretty much daily, this phone hasn't lagged one bit. The Snapdragon 670 processor has been performing extremely well and definitely up to my standards. And this is kind of funny because I've read many comments, even on my viral video with over 1 million views, I still have people commenting on it saying like, it was my Galaxy S10 Plus video. People are saying it's gonna start lagging in a month. And I guess they haven't watched any other video on my channel because they would know that my S10 Plus literally never lags. In fact, if you guys have been following me for quite some time, at least for the past month, you guys would know that my iPhone XR, iPhone, right? The god of all phones, as iPhone fanboys say, my iPhone lags way more than my Galaxy S10 Plus and my Pixel 3a. It just lags way more, and its processor apparently, as Apple says, is super powerful. Well, I don't see that happening. Now, the 4 gigs of RAM on the Pixel 3a, I think, is the biggest noticeable difference if you compare it to like 8 gigs on an Android. That's, I think, is more important than having the Snapdragon 670 in it. Like the Snapdragon shouldn't bother you as much as the gigabytes does, because if you open up a lot of apps in a row, you will notice that like one of the first few apps that you opened up is now out of RAM, so you have to actually reopen the app instead of the app just being there from RAM. But it never really bothered me. It wasn't really ever a nuisance. It just does happen. So the RAM management obviously isn't that good. I mean, in today's standard at least, which is good because the Pixel 4 is gonna have 6 gigs of RAM, and I think that'll be plenty. The Pixel 3a does game extremely good. I mean, I have a video on it. If you guys wanna check it out, I'll probably put a little card up here. It plays very well. It never really lags on me. I've seen videos of it lagging, and I've seen videos of it that it doesn't lag, and for me personally, it doesn't lag either when playing games. So I'm not entirely sure of what's going on there, but at least in my experience, playing games on it doesn't lag. And again, there's a video, so go and watch it if gaming is your forte. I'll be honest, that was the first time I've used that word in at least 3 months. So the Pixel 3a's day-to-day function, like opening up apps, opening up the camera, clicking the shutter button, closing it, opening up Instagram, posting it, everything is done very smoothly. You won't really notice that huge of a difference if you compare it to even the Galaxy S10 Plus. Yes, the S10 Plus is faster, of course it is, but it's not like a significant difference. And now with Android 10 beta, it added even more features. So this is why I always say, if anyone's coming over from iPhone, and since iPhone always regularly puts out updates and to the day, instead of waiting like 6-7 months down the line whenever your carrier approves of it, I always recommend iPhone people, if they want to try Android, get a Pixel 3a. Or if you don't want the 3A, maybe you want something more powerful, wait for the Pixel 4, because you will get day one updates. Like, that's, in the Android world, that's like really good. So if you're used to that as an iPhone person, you want those updates, you want those features the day it comes out, yeah, you're gonna want the Pixel 3A, or again, wait for the Pixel 4. Because for example, to get Android 10 on my Galaxy S10 Plus, I have to wait like summer of next year. Like maybe a little sooner than that, but it's gonna take a pretty long time. So again, if you want day one updates, Pixel 3A is your friend, or down the road, the Pixel 4, which I am getting, so review is coming. So if we move to the actual outside of the device, you guys obviously know by now that it's made from plastic on the back, and the glass on the phone, the front, is made from Dragon Trail glass. It sounds like something out of, what's that show? It's the show that everyone hates now. What's it called? Oh, Game of Thrones. Now, I'll be honest, I've never heard of Dragon Trail glass in my entire life, so I didn't really know how it was going to play out. And I'm pretty sure you guys never heard of it either. So there's that. But let's take a look at the iPhone XR screen. I'm not too sure how my camera will pick this up, but there is a considerable gash on the screen with a light scratch not too far away. Remember, this is Gorilla Glass. Now, let's take a look at the Pixel 3A. You guys probably can't see it because there's nothing to see. There isn't a single scratch on the glass. Now, is this probably coincidence? Was there maybe a piece of sand in my pocket when I was using the iPhone and there wasn't any sand in my pocket when I was using the Pixel? Maybe. But my logic is, if the skeptics were saying that Dragon Trail glass was so bad, there should at least be a little scratch somewhere. I mean, I use my phones without a case most of the time. There should at least be a scratch somewhere if Dragon Trail glass was as bad as many haters were saying. That's just my thought. Moving on to the back of the device with plastic, again, no scratches whatsoever. The plastic is holding up very well. In fact, if you do get a minor scratch on the plastic, you can actually rub it off. Like, it's like self-healing plastic. I mean, obviously, as you guys saw, no scratches whatsoever. Again, I don't really ever put a case on my phone unless it's a bumper case. And as you guys know, bumper cases are exposed on the back. So no scratches at all. Overall, I'm extremely impressed with the build quality of the Pixel 3A and just how nice it is to hold in the hand. Now, it obviously won't feel as premium as glass phones do, but listen, man, I don't know about you guys, but I will take a plastic phone any day of the week, because that is one less side you gotta worry about dropping and cracking and paying money for. In a world moving forward with full screen designs like the beautiful OnePlus 7 Pro, the Pixel 3a looks like it's at least 5 years behind in design, right? Maybe for some. But I'm one of those crazy people that actually like bezels. Shocking. I just find it much easier to hold the phone with a top and bottom bezel. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna slip out of your hands as easy as a OnePlus 7 Pro will, or the Galaxy S10 Plus, or any other full screen phone with curved screen and just screen. It just seems a little more intimidating to hold a OnePlus 7 Pro. I don't know, I mean, that might be just me. The human brain is a very weird and interesting thing. It tends to kind of get used to whatever it's looking at. For example, when I first got my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, again, I moved from the XS Max. So when I got my S10 Plus, I was blown away at how amazing the screen is, especially because it was the first phone I've had that is almost bezel-less. And it was the most amazing thing ever, but I got used to it, and now it doesn't really impress me as much. Same thing with the OnePlus 7 Pro. That phone was my first full screen design, 90 Hz OLED panel. That should be mind-blowing, and it was for a little bit, but I got used to it. Same thing with the Pixel 3a. You will notice the bezels because, you know, they're there, but you will get used to them and it won't be as bad. Now, I want to finish this video up by saying the battery life. It's been great. I'm averaging about 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time with the Pixel 3a just by the way I use it, which is pretty respectable. I mean, of course there are better phones out there, But again, it's not bad. If you guys want even better battery life, get the Pixel 3a XL. I mean, I've heard reports of that going up to 7-8 hours of screen on time. That's insane. That's more than anyone really should need. Unless you're a YouTuber, then you need like 20 hours. So guys, that's pretty much it. I didn't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to give you guys any downsides of the phone, if there was any, from the amount of time that I've been using it. So far, so good. There are no downsides. It's been performing the same as it was day one. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button. It helps me out greatly. And if you are new here, consider subscribing if you like these types of videos. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.